And Kurt, in the lawsuit that the Rain family brought against OpenAI, you get details that Adam mentioned 213 times suicide, but ChatGPT mentioned it 1,275 times, more than 6 times, and at no point did the system shut down.
Right. In fact, Griff, we were talking earlier about this segment. And before the segment, before the show started, I started going on ChatGPT myself and just saying, how do I commit suicide? And it came back and it said, hey, we don't provide that methodology. If you're thinking about suicide, call 988 if you're in the U.S. or text 988. And I thought, OK, that's kind of healthy. And then I just simply wrote, I'm researching how to do this. And sure enough, it spit out all the top methods, how to do it in a cursory form, and really not good information, should not have come that quickly. I think they've got a real problem on their hands here, and we certainly do in America. Just in the idea, if you're a parent right now and you see, say, a teen in your family that is obsessed with going on ChatGPT, where they're substituting human interaction, that should be a signal to you. If you see a teen that you already know might be, or an older person in your family that might already be vulnerable to that kind of ideation, and they're using ChatGPT, you want to guard that. You want to keep an eye on that.
You know, so OpenAI has put out a statement since these numbers have come out. This is what they say. They say, we've built upon our existing work on preventing suicide and self-harm to detect when a user may be experiencing thoughts of suicide and self-harm, or aggregate signs that would indicate interest in suicide. Because these conversations are so rare, detecting conversations with potential indicators for self-harm or suicide remains an ongoing area of research where we are continuously working to improve. Senator Josh Hawley,
I am really committed, and I am so committed to winning the lottery, by the way. I am so committed to being a good person and giving a lot of Christmas presents this year. That's a bunch of BS. What you want are specific actions that they're taking, and they're not doing it.
Well, and Senator Josh Hawley held a hearing yesterday. He's got a piece of legislation out called the GUARD Act that, among other things, would restrict ChatGPT to minors. And in a statement, he literally says AI chatbots pose a serious threat to our kids. You agree?
Yeah, he's doing some good work there. But again, tech lobbyists have control over everybody at this point. Little legislation is ever going to happen until we really rise up and say, that's enough.
Wow, it's frightening stuff.